In the waters of Caribbean, a tense standoff is unfolding. One ship trying to break through, another ship determined to stop it. Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I am Dhritiyatri, and in the center of all of it is the United States, Russia and Venezuela. So a Russian-linked oil tanker, part of Moscow's notorious shadow fleet, has been trying for days to reach Venezuela, but every time it gets close, it suddenly turns back, changes the direction, retreats its open waters. Why? Because the US Navy warship is blocking its way. So on November 13, the tanker Seahorse, flying a Comoros flag and operated by the UAE-based company, moved towards the Venezuelan coastline. And then the USS Stockdale, a powerful US Navy destroyer, crossed right its path. Now instantly the Russian tanker swung away and fled towards Cuba, and since then it has tried to approach Venezuela 2 times. But every time the US destroyer appeared again. Every time the tanker retreated, and now it is just lying in the Caribbean just like that, unable to reach the land. But you know what? That particular tanker is sanctioned by the US, the European Union and the UK as well. It carries Russian oil. It's part of the fleet Russia uses to dodge the sanctions. So now analysts are asking, is the US quietly moving to stop Russia from supplying fuel to Venezuela? Because without imported fuel, Venezuela's refineries, they are already falling apart. They cannot run. You know, it sounds really strange. A country with some of the largest oil reserves in the world, it still has import fuels just to keep its engine running. Yet today, the sanctioned tankers, Seahorse, New Power, etc., they are all stuck near Venezuela, unable to dock. And the US warships, they are just watching, waiting, blocking. This isn't happening in isolation, by the way. There is a massive rise in American military presence near Venezuela. The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group that entered the region on 16th November. In fact, multiple US warships are patrolling Venezuelan water right now. F-35 jets are operating in the Caribbean, and the USS Stockdale has been in the area since September, officially for anti-drug operation. But Caracas, they are not buying that explanation at all. Officials accuse the US of preparing for a broader intervention here. In the meantime, Russia now controls 17% of the world's tanker market, most of it through unregistered or disguised vessels. European regulators say that these tankers, they are unsafe. In fact, they are unregulated, environmentally dangerous as well, often used for covert operations, and this latest incident is feeding calls in Europe for tougher actions against Moscow's shadow fleet. So, what do we have here? We have a sanctioned Russian tanker blocked by the US, Venezuela really desperate for imported oil, the American Navy tightening its grip in the Caribbean water, Russia's global oil network under a lot of pressure. Caracas warning of the United States military intervention, and this, my friend, isn't just a fuel shipment. It's a proxy confrontation playing out in the ocean. Basically a silent game of power, pressure and warning. In the end, the US didn't fire a shot. The Russian ship didn't break any naval rules, but still Washington sent a message loud enough for Moscow and Caracas to hear. It is that these waters are now our watch zone, and tonight the Russian tanker remains stuck, floating, waiting and wondering whether it will ever reach Venezuelan shores or not.